Yeah, I'm live. Try to refresh it and see if it comes up. Hey everyone, this is going to be a very short after party. It's going to be not even 15 minutes. Um, Thank you so much for watching my discussion with CL Polk as part of the Written with Purpose author series. I took a leap of faith. Certainly with this one, because I had spoken with, even before I spoke with CL Polk, I was like, okay, I'm really interested in in what the interview could potentially be. I was interested in the story of I'm going to be frank with you, a Black writer who did not have Black characters or Black main characters in any of their books until the last book of of the trilogy. And I thought, what what do I even do with that? Because it was just so outside of my reading experience. And this interview really, it really stretched me, and it caused me to reflect on my own judgments about what Black science fiction writer, what Black science fiction and fantasy writers ought to be writing. And it helped me identify a bias that I had, which is that, and an expectation, which is that Black writers should write Black characters. Um, and I still feel that that is the case. So I still have that judgment. But what I realized in this interview is that it didn't allow me the opportunity to accompany a writer through their own evolution around identity and around their character's identity. And so CL Polk and our conversation was very unique as a result, which is why I spent the time that I did having that conversation about their writing journey and learning more about them. And I think that Chelsea's story is remarkable in terms of, the trajectory from being a high school student, an independent high school student, um, you know, just trying to get through high school, go to university, start a writing career, and all the way to right now. I'm still very much moved by this interview, and I'm actually still reflecting on things that they said in it. Um, yeah, so thank you very much for watching it. I'm putting the link in the chat just in case anybody wants to join. Um, but what I will say is that the contest continues, the giveaway continues. One reading planner will be given out for each of the interviews. I should say, and I haven't said this yet before, um, there's only one there's only one possible planner to be one per person. So just so that you know, like, we're not going to have like one person winning 6 planners. So just to let you know that we're going to spread them out. So I would encourage you to respond to the reflection question, like, subscribe, share, so that your name can be entered into the draw for the giveaway. And the giveaway is the 2022 Undated reading planner by Melanin Eclectic. And I'm not going to be updating the descriptions and doing the cards or the after anything until the series is complete on September 10th. So that's why you haven't seen any links at the end of the video and so on. I want to sort of think about how people are responding to the videos and the interviews before I add those in the end. But in every description, there will be a link to Melanin Eclectic's shop, and you should just be able to find it anyway and check other videos because I talk about her work often. All right, so does anybody want to say anything? Hey T, hey Tommy, hey Brittany. I know this one was a bit long, so we can happy to wrap this up, but any comments or reflections coming out of this conversation? I'm curious also if you've read the Kingston Cycle or any works by C.L. Polk. They're certainly a new to me author, and I'm really glad that I read the trilogy. I will also say that I realized that I like reading series all in one shot. So it was really nice to have books 1, 2, and 3 available in my home so that I could just read them all, and it was very pleasurable. Okay. I don't think that there are a lot of comments. So if you have any reflections or any questions or anything you want to share, please do so in the comments. And here we are, Salter. Okay. It stood out that writing exposed some healing and work they wanted to pursue, which circled back to them pursuing their writing again. Yeah. I was grateful grateful for their transparency and telling us their story about leaving writing and then coming back to writing, and how they're having people to support them in their own healing journey open the door. Like, it was, I was, you probably couldn't tell, but when I was listening to their story and they said, on day 2 of that new medication, I woke up and I was like, I want to write. I thought, so many of us poo-poo medication and psychiatric support. And I think as Black folks, for good reason, we have historical evidence of being treated really poorly by the medical system, and certainly by mental health practitioners, like the system of mental health. And so but at the same time, I just felt so proud and excited and grateful that they had supports that allowed them to just move away the challenges and see through to the path that they had since being a high school student, which was to write and to enjoy, created worlds. It was just really beautiful. The story of their life was extremely interesting. Yeah, CL is definitely a survivor. Yeah, for sure. And also, they're so their personality is so kind. There's such a kindness to Chelsea, and a humility, because it was lovely to see them get so surprised by how well their books did. And so that was really wonderful. They're clearly talented. I think one of the things I'm so happy about after doing the series is that I've really gotten into contact with some incredible writing, just like mind-boggling writing. And their writing was amazing. And then the voice, like, combined with the voice actors, I have to say, there is something to be said about hybrid reading if you have the ability to do it, because there are things that get uncovered by skilled narrators that even the writers themselves will say, whoa, I did not hear. Can you hear me now? Because what I'm saying is profound. No sound. Okay, let me know if you can hear me. Nope. All right. Okay, great. Thank you, Christinelle. So what I was saying when I was muted was that a really good narrator can bring texture to the text, right? Like, narrators aren't simply readers, right? They are reading the book, and then they are imagining the story, and then they are bringing their own talents, characterization, vocalization, emotion, and they're bringing it to the text with only their voice, right? It's not like you can see their facial expressions, you can't see their body movements, you can't do any of that. all they're doing is their voice. And to think about how skilled you need to be in order to bring life to like 25 different characters. It's incredible. And yeah, so what you say here, Brittany, there, you know, narrators saved books for me. Absolutely. Like The Water Dancer. The Water Dancer is a very, very amazing book. I didn't read it just the text alone. I hybrid read it. And I have to say, Joe Norton, who played the father on Scandal, he's the narrator for The Water Dancer. And when I listened to that book, I was just like, you know what? I don't know what anybody's talking about, because I know that The Water Dancer got mixed reviews on BookTube. People said mostly that there was a pacing issue. And I was just like, well, Joe fixed that, because like I was riveted from soup to nuts, right? And so if you have the ability to read on the page and also listen, it's a completely different experience that I definitely support and promote. As an American and a New Yorker, hearing the scenario of what transpired during high school was different than what can happen in NYC school system. Now that is within the past 20 years. Okay, that's definitely good to hear. All right. Well, this after party was just as long as the others, so here we are. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to read with purpose. I want to give a special shout out to those who have watched every single interview from day one. Tomi's lifting her hands and being like, yeah, I support. So tomorrow we have Charlotte Nicole Davis, who's the author of The Good Luck Girls and Sisters of Reckoning. And there's a bit of tea that's spilt in that one. But I really wanted to talk to Charlotte because I had such a good time reading The Good Luck Girls. And it was unlike a lot of books that I'd read before. And they really, Charlotte really gets into it. So yes, I hope that you join us tomorrow for the 7th of the 10 interviews. We are going to be wrapping up the Written with Purpose author series this week. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next videos. Let's see here. What do we have? Yes. Okay. First of all, you're welcome. And yes, I'm very excited. Like, Charlotte said some things and I was just like, I'm so glad you said that. When you listen to an author talk about a book and then you're like, I need to reread it. That's how I felt about it. So yes, very excited. You're most welcome, Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. And yeah, definitely underrated. Definitely underrated. Yes. I hope that you enjoy SOULar. And you're welcome, baby. Also, you're right there. So thank you, and have a good evening, everyone. Remember to read with purpose, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.